How's everybody doing tonight? And enjoying the man up. Today's project is do-it-yourself at-home circumcision. I know a lot of you are saying circumcision, that's Old Testament. Well, consider this. Anytime it's mentioned in the Old Testament, it was always necessary and very important that the man of God be circumcised. In the New Testament, well, it wasn't so important to be circumcised in the flesh. They're more concerned about the spiritual aspect. And that might be true, but that doesn't negate your responsibility in the flesh. Consider this. We still tithe. That's Old Testament. And there's a spiritual aspect to that, but we still tithe. Consider fasting. We still fast. There's a spiritual aspect to fasting. We still fast. It's praise and worship. Big spiritual behind that one. We still do it in the natural. I think circumcision is an item that the church, the modern church, has set off for centuries. And I think it's time we man up. Right? Now consider Joshua as he's leading the tribes of Israel into the promised land. They no sooner get over the Jordan River than God says, all the men need to be circumcised. Now you notice, that had to happen before they went into the promised land. At that point there were 600,000 plus Israeli soldiers in the tribes of Israel. God says, make yourselves some sharp flint knives and circumcise the males. Now I would imagine that Joshua had some help. And I would imagine they would do it sort of assembly line style. And I would imagine they got pretty good and fast at it after a couple of hundred. God bless those first couple of hundred. So here's a reenactment of Joshua circumcising 600,000 Israeli soldiers. Okay, you ready? Next. 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 What tribe did you say you're from? Next. Give him 2 Band-Aids, maybe 3. Well, anyway, by the time they were done, there was such a pile of foreskins, it became known as the Hill of Foreskins. That's Joshua 5, verse 3. Always wondered why they made a hill of foreskins, but if nothing else, it's a great place for the kids to toboggan in the winter. Didn't hurt too much when you wiped out. Now we can do a lot better than sharp flint knives. In fact, I have a couple of machines you can put together yourself here at home, circumcise yourself right at home. Now, the first one is a modified electric Black & Decker can opener with a RAD Green adapter, universal adapter, just duct tape onto it, of course. Universal adapter, every handyman should have one. It adapts anything to everything. And if that don't work, you reverse it and adapts everything to anything. Second device is a modified Boz Stitch electric pencil sharpener with a RAD Green adapter on it also. Now this baby's battery powered, so it's portable, so hey, you could take it to work with you, do the job during coffee break. Or for that matter, you put it in your lap and do it while you're driving. Now if the police stop you, I don't think it should be a problem. I mean, it's hands-free and it shouldn't be distracted driving. Now, has anybody seen my assistant Harold? Harold seems to have disappeared. Well, he had volunteered to do a demonstration here today, but guess he had something more important to do than be publicly circumcised. That's fine. That's fine. I grabbed a carrot out of the kitchen. We'll use it for demonstration purposes. Now I know the can opener model is needing a little work. It's a little rough around the edges, but the pencil sharpener's ready to go. So we'll just insert the carrot here and put it right here and set her to circumcise and push the button. All right, purring like a kitten. Now you fellows realize that when your time's expired here and you're heading for the pearly gates in the sky, St. Peter's going to meet you at the gates and he's going to want to have a little peek down there and make sure you got the job done. Don't be deceived. Well, you can sure tell who's who. All you uncircumcised guys are all red-faced and getting scary. But it's just a skit, don't worry. Okay, I think, yes, it's done. All right. Seems to be stuck. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Looks like it's reverted back to the pencil mode. All right, so that one needs to work too. All right, we'll have to work on that one too. Now, I think you guys all agree with me. This is an important and essential item. So I think we can agree on something here. We'll get all you uncircumcised guys to line up on the wall here. All you circumcised guys, come up and grab a knife and some band-aids and those, and we'll get her done. Oh, I'm sorry. Right, hang on. We don't have time. Can't do that. Anyway, come on back next year and we'll circumcise you. But I just, for your information, I got some estimates from plastic surgeons that are willing to circumcise adults. We got a Dr. Zeus at Mount Sinai, who's $2,900. And then there was Dr. Hackenbush, Guelph General, $2,800. And Dr. Phil in London, $2,800. He'd rather talk about it, but that's all right. Now, I did talk to Bill's barbershop. He's pretty handy with a razor, but he said he wasn't interested. On the other hand, Fred's Meat Market, he said he'd do her for $20. Back door, after hours. Fred's a little bit of a funny duck. I don't know if I'd trust him, and I definitely wouldn't suggest eating the sausage. But that concludes my end of the show here, folks. Here's something you can chew on while you're... There are garlic and onion. Don't eat the brown one, that's term-clad. Anyway, just to shift gears a bit here, in all seriousness, I think we realize that God's not interested in the circumcision of our flesh. He's after the circumcision of our heart, or our mind, really. And what that means is He wants us to set off, disregard our fleshy nature, our self-nature that would want to look after just ourselves and our loved ones close to us. He wants us to love everyone, regardless. Regardless. God loves us regardless. He wants us to love others. He wants us to love Him. That's good. And that's serious. Amen.
Let's give it up for the RAD Green. The RAD Green Show. Yes, sir. Nice pop. All right. Well, we're getting set up for our next event here. Our gentlemen, don't mind the gentlemen here, they're going to get set up. What we have here, gentlemen, is called the Mystery Box. The Mystery Box. Now, tonight's game, we have two